On the recent Below Deck episode, some difficult charter guests left the lowest tip of the season, and fans are furious. The past few episodes covered a group of pageant queens vacationing on St. David. The group had a lot of fun on board, especially when bad weather prevented them from going outside, so the crew created activities for them to do on the boat. One was reminiscent of Titanic when a male charter guest drew a picture of deckhand Ben Willoughby posing only in a Speedo, similar to how Jack drew Rose. However, the guests were incredibly demanding, especially Laquiche. The recent charter guests added to the Below Deck Season 10 drama, and fans are angry about how little they tipped the crew. The guests gave an $18,300 tip which was split amongst the crew, so they each got $1,525. When tennis player Gigi Fernandez and her friends vacated earlier this season, they left a $31,000 tip. Below Deck fans were disgusted by the recent low tip, and Twitter user @CherylB24,348,278 wrote, "That tip looks small." Another fan, @SadieSue1828 quoted the tweet, calling the charter guests messy and pointing out all the different expensive things they talked about in front of the crew. Cheap B** stars, the fan wrote. The Below Deck charter guests were demanding. Below Deck fan @Desmond Peroto pointed out that the guests were very demanding and listed some of the things they wanted, like pears and turkey sandwiches. And then to barely tip. Horrible people, and it shows. You don't treat service people that way, the fan wrote. In the previous Below Deck episode, Laquiche chose to sleep on the couch in the lounge instead of in her cabin and made the crew put sheets on it for her so that she would be more comfortable. The crew was very overwhelmed by the guests, but Captain Sandy Yan did a great job handling everything. Below Deck fans are right about the charter guests. There have been plenty of guests throughout the season who have shown up and enjoyed their vacation while treating the crew respectfully and giving a fair tip for all the hard work the crew did. If they can afford to vacate on St. David, they can afford to give a fair tip. The Below Deck guests were very entitled, and it's unfair that the crew had to deal with them. Maybe the guests didn't know what the proper tip was, or maybe one of them was short on cash. However, they could have done their research or held off on the vacation until they saved up enough for the tip. The crew has dealt with so much this season that has put them under extreme stress. They deserve to be paid for their dedication to making guests feel comfortable amidst the chaos. Below Deck charter guests should not act like they are above the crew members or make their jobs any harder than it has to be. If they are going to give them a hard time, then they should be giving the highest tip of the season. Had they tipped exceptionally high, the Below Deck crew wouldn't have minded their behavior, and neither would fans. Hopefully, the next time they vacation on a yacht, they'll give the crew members the payment they deserve. Below Deck airs Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Bravo. Sources, @Cheryl24348278, Twitter, @SadieSue1828, Twitter, @Desmond Peroto, Twitter.